all right, Moon Active is going after Scopely in a big way. They have launched, in a sense, it's like a take on a take on a take. So you had Coin Master, then you had Monopoly Go, which kind of used those systems. Now Moon Active is doing a version of Monopoly Go with the original kind of version that they came up with.
And Coin Master was a take on another game, the
On
Pirate
Dice?
something. Pirate.
Dice Stream?
No, it was a Pirate something.
Board Kings.
Board Kings, yes.
No.
yes.
Those are both. It was a Pirate Kings or something like that. It was another
Oh.
Jelly Button game. That
Oh,
they
yeah.
took. Anyways,
Yeah.
Okay,
everybody's
anyway.
stealing from everybody, just to be clear.
Everyone inspired by is what we'd like to say.
What I love about all of this is that this is like industrial espionage in the fucking open, dude. This is like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, dude. You know, fucking Scopely copies Moon Active completely, right? And fucking layers on some fucking amazing IP, right? Now Moon Active's copying them right the fuck back, right in their wheelhouse with their fucking IP as the headline, right? Of the Coin Master, right? So it's actually fucking brilliant, dude. It's absolutely brilliant, right? So
I love it. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be successful. We'll see. But having the Coin Master brand is huge here. But dude, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know, you want to fuck with them, they're going to fuck with you. Okay, so don't mess with Moon Active. You know,
Hold up. You think the brand matters here? The Coin Master brand?
I don't know if it does.
come
The
on.
search is going to, I mean, they might cannibalize their existing game, but maybe they don't care. Maybe they're hoping 1 + 1 = 3.
My understanding is that the feeling is, and I talk to these guys once in a while, is that in some ways, Scopely, grew the addressable audience, like probably moving people away from traditional casino games and putting them in these type of games, which is more compelling. You know, like, I don't know. There's like all kinds of ideas here. So perhaps I think what I would think is that they're just going straight after Scopely's share, right? So they want to maintain their share on their game and then just go after and start stripping share away from Scopely, right? To build their business overall. They're going for the jugular. They're not fucking around, right? And so Monopoly Go better, get back on track in terms of features and stuff like that, because I think what'll likely happen, I haven't looked at the game too closely, is that they're just going to be better version of the Monopoly game to some degree, would be my guess.
No,
but I don't know. We'll see.
The IP is the beachhead, right? I feel like we've spent so much time talking about this, though. It's the unique combination of Monopoly, which was already successful in gambling environments like the McDonald's game or Vegas slots licensing.
Yep.
Like that is a beachhead. Like that is a CPI effect. That is your TAM. That is Jen's fun fact you will see in the first 5 minutes of her YouTube video, which you can catch with Ben Webley. link in the description. But like that was an important part of this. Like this isn't Empire Strike Back. Are you kidding me? Like this Monopoly Go's genre. Like this is small potatoes.
All right. So I'm actually leading towards your point of view on this. So I'm just kind of talking on both sides of my mouth right here. But like at the end of the day, Monopoly Go is at a point in which they are doing insane levels of TV advertising, which we all know is fucking bullshit, right? And their revenue is completely deteriorating, right?
No. So the Scopely's team pulled it out of the ass this quarter. Like you can look at it, downloads flattened, but revenue went up. I mean, don't be wrong. The long run trend is still there, downward sloping.
Yeah, okay.
But you can clearly see Javier just like over them.
And they have a web shop. Called
I don't care about the web shop.
I don't understand why we don't care about the fucking web shop. It's money.
What Moon Active likely will do, because these guys are fucking ruthless, right? Is they are going to UA the motherfucking shit out of this thing, right? They are going to go after every single fucking person that's playing Monopoly Go to get into their game. And they're going to spend whatever it takes to get there, dude. And so like,
yeah, it's an arms race.
Yeah, it's a fucking arms race. And I think the Israelis are going to win this one. I mean, I think they potentially could win this one. They
like
know
Israeli-Saudi showdown now.
Well, I don't mean to be political, but these guys are kind of ruthless about getting what they need done. I have my faith in Moon Active to get this done.
Can't they both win?
Yes, and remember
they're
they
growing
haven't
the
suffered.
category together.
I honestly don't think that's
Mishka.
the goal. I don't think that's the goal for both to win, right?
But they kind of grow the category together. Like it seemed like
puzzle. You think about the puzzle category and how many match 3 players there are now. I guess can they grow the pie for this kind of a new genre? This like I think they call it coin looter as a subgenre inside. Coin battler. Oh, interesting.
And by the way, love the art style.
They would have done a different execution if they were trying to expand the market, right? Like they wouldn't have done exactly what Monopoly is. Right?
They should have done that though. Like this is what I don't understand, Eric, is like you'll admit that Monopoly Go is at the edge of user acquisition. And so they're like turning to TV ads because CPIs are so high. And now you're telling me that the Israelis are going to show up with Coin Master board and they're going to spend a bunch more against the same pool of users. Like this market is filling up. This is not what we should be paying attention to. Like to give you an example, like this market is already getting clones. Like just as an example, Piggy Go Clash of Coin is like shit that appears on this list.
It's been for a while. This game has been for a while. It's like a Lovins take.
And this has also already been
made in China.
So the other thing that we haven't covered is something that has like a hyper casual loop to bring people in, which is Carnival Tycoon, which is basically an idler, which is ripped off from another idle game called Idle Theme Park, which builds in a slot machine. Like there's a lot happening in the subgenre, but like this is not a good strategy to get there. And you know, what are you going to do on the CPI side? That's interesting here.
It's like what's happening in 4X. Brand matters, but it's like what's happening in 4X, how 4X started to take in RPG components, gotcha character collector. These coin looters or coin battlers are now combining all of these different hyper casual things together. I do think that brand matters. And, you know, back when I was on the Hasbro business at EA, when Facebook started, that's when Zynga came out with a ripoff of Scrabble called Words with Friends. And there actually was room, in a sense, for both because of like a little bit of the innovation that they did there. The interesting thing here is going to be, you know, how close can they get and not infringe on the Monopoly trademark, which, by the way, it's only limited to a few different things. It's limited to like the four corners of the board, like the chance and community square things. So I think they can still go after it, but brand matters.
Okay, I think we're focusing on the wrong things right now, right? We're talking about like these peripheral like design choices and casual games and all this other stuff. We're talking about a UA war, right? We're not talking about like product. We're not talking about features, right? We're talking about the fact that this is like UA arbitrage at its finest, right? In terms of how companies are going after. So like when you talk about Puzzle, for instance, the only reason Puzzle continues to grow is because Dream Games is spending insane amounts of money with 24-month paybacks, right? Like insane CPIs, right? And so that's where the battle is being
waged. But isn't this the entire mobile industry? Like it.
No, I know, but you guys are bringing up these shit tchotchke games that aren't even making a dent in the industry. These are irrelevant, right? These are absolute mice nuts, right? What I'm saying is that these are the big boys with the biggest budgets that are private. They don't give a shit about profitability, really. And they're going for the jugular, right? And Dream Games is the same idea. That even though they're private, like they were just basically spending with reckless abandon in order to gain as much share as possible, right? Like it's a different world, right? Than when we were back in Canvas days or the early days of mobile. This is like just a fucking gunfight, you know? And these guys are ruthless, right? And so was Scopely. Scopely was absolutely ruthless with their game when they came out against you know, copying Coin Master and then completely just like burying them on the UA side.
That's not what we're arguing. So because what we're arguing is not necessarily what the intent is. Like maybe they'll have a big war chest, maybe they won't. But even if they do, I'm just arguing that it's very silly because we're already seeing Monopoly Go hit a wall. There's also the IP as a moat. So you got to consider those two things, which I think make it a poor strategy. I mean, look, it's only going to be X number of dollars in development cost, and they are going to have a ROAS number, right? I have a hard time imagining, Eric, that they're going to continue to shove coal into a ROAS number that's declining. That can continue infinitely. And the reason I'm bringing up these, quote, tchotchke games is because I'm trying to show you that in this UA game for coin battlers, we're starting to see the Frozen City Whiteout Survival playbook emerge in Carnival Tycoon, which is what I'm trying to point out to you.
Yes.
Is an idle game that turns into a game that has a Monopoly Go core. Same thing with motherfucking Fish of Fortune, which I want to talk about at some point because it's such a fascinating game. But again, you're seeing other people go after this in a bigger strategy. No, they're not scaled right now. But these are the real attempts.
They're bringing like plushies to a gunfight, right? They don't have the means. They don't have $100 or $200 million to throw at user acquisition. These like tchotchke games can't even compete. They're not even in the discussion because they don't have the money to go after it.
Eric,
right?
Eric,
This is
there
not
are
a
plenty of
product.
match 3 games. There are plenty of match 3 games that compete at all levels.
No,
Like just because King exists.
No, absolutely not.
What are you talking about? Like tactile games, Lily's Garden, one example.
Dude,
Candy
those guys
War.
spent all kinds of money. Like
Sure, they spent money, but I'm saying they exist at all
Play
revenue
rigs.
sizes.
Look at, yeah. Again, that is a completely different market, right? We're talking about the big boys going after each other right now.
But Lily's Garden survived in the wake of, let's say, the UA war between Royal Match and, another big match 3 titan, which, by the way, Candy Crush continues to like drive crazy downloads. So I'm just saying, like, you can survive in this market at different equilibriums.
So yes, there are the big boys, and yes, there are people. There's the whales and a little bit of like the minnows that can still exist and make money as a smaller company. But you said that, people like Cavalli are coming in and doing UA financing. There's the opportunity for these games to get acquired by one of the bigger companies who then want to invest in a game that has great KPIs, ROAS positive, and maybe their goal isn't to do it on their own, but is to wave their hand and say, buy me, because I have a product that can be scaled. Is that like a strategy worth it for some of the smaller ones? I mean, I think to Phil's point, which was astute, which is this the new what's working in 4X? It's Voltron. It's like all of these parts coming together make something bigger. Is that, in a sense, the strategy that we're now seeing in coin battlers showing up is what was successful in 4X?
The second part I would say is that, yes, like we're seeing a more casual approach to these social casino style games that are attracting a broader audience, but also extracting from the existing games, like, all the Big Fish Casino and all those rest of the games are continued to deteriorate, right? So, yes, I mean, I think in essence, like these big guys are capturing, not only expanding the market, but capturing lots of share in the market at the same time. So that's great. But it's, again, a battle of the big, right? Like the companies that are gaining all the share are basically, Scopely and Moon Active, right? Like,
yeah. And
that's
post
not
IDFA, when the market is not growing, when these big ones grow, they actually take it from the small ones.
Animals and Coins, which was now bought by Playtika. That was a one game. It did what? Like, I forget, but that was acquired. They are right here, number 2 on this list in terms of downloads in the last year in the United States.
Okay. Part of the reason I was thinking about this is that Frank Chabot was on a podcast recently. And
it was good.
It was really good.
Christopher Driggs.
Yeah. And so Frank is the most pragmatic person I've ever met. Like, he's just brilliant. And what he said, and what really resonates with me, is that you don't care if it's a red ocean if you're a shark.
Yep.
Right. And
that's cool.
That's my whole point, right? There's just a bunch of sharks going after this in a fucking completely red ocean, and they are destroying everybody, right? Like, it's so hard to compete, and that's why I love like this like battle of the huge, that are going after this market with games that are almost identical to each other. And it is industrial espionage right in our faces, it's like, it's brilliant, right? And so that's where the market is right now, or that's the biggest part of the market. Sure, people are maybe winning on the smaller side here and there, but like, can you compete with a 24-year payback? That's not a ROAS that you can actually bank on. Like, that's crazy.
I want to just add 2 comments. I think the art style is beautiful with the latest Moon Active game. That's 100%.
The art style.
Yes, I do have to say it is really beautiful. Compared to the previous one, it's really cute. And then I want to give a kudos for not doing any press releases or celebrity campaigns, at least yet.
It's in tech testing. It's in the Philippines.
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised that they do it, and I will be equally as dismissive with Moon Active as I was with Scopely and Dream. So
I bet they will not do press releases, though. That's one thing that they will not do.
They're going to do a brand campaign. Call LeBron. Get his agent on the phone.
Kardashians, let's go.
On speed,
reach across.
Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, you still there?
Stop it. Oh, my God.
Kevin Hart, we got a game for you. All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
I got to go.
Bye, everybody.
You did it. You made it to the end of the episode. As a fan of the show, it would help us out if you'd subscribe and leave us a review on the podcast service of your choice. Those stars and likes, while a small action on your part, mean a lot to us and help to grow the show. More importantly, are you a member of the Deconstructor of Fun Slack group? If you have 5 years or more of games industry experience, go to deconstructoroffun.com/Slack and apply to join. Join the games industry best professional community filled with peers always willing to lend a hand, or subscribe to our newsletter to get all the latest insights from the Deconstructor of Fun content creators. Thanks for listening.